Hi everyone, and welcome to another Digital Naked Faith. This is our digital worship service for March of 2021, and we are excited to gather here with you in this virtual format. Before we get started, I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the traditional territories of the people of Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Blackfoot Confederacy, comprising of the Siksika, the Piikani, and the Kainai First Nations, as well as the Tsuut'ina First Nation and the Stoney Nakoda, including the Chiniki, Bears Paw, and Wesley First Nations. The city of Calgary is also home to Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3. For those who may not be familiar with us, Naked Faith is an alternative worship service aimed at youth and young adults, but welcome to all those who would like to join in. Every month, we aim to put on a service which both pairs music that we're passionate about with a theme that hopefully connects with you on some level. If you're watching the premiere of this video, we always follow it up with more content on the Naked Faith Instagram, which includes past live streams, and we chat about the theme and overall just have a great time. My name is Josh, and I'll be the host for this month's video. We're going to kick things off with a song from the Naked Faith Band. So, here is For What It's Worth by Buffalo Springfield, performed by the Naked Faith Band.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I've got to beware. I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Got people speaking their minds. We're getting so much resistance from behind.
Stop. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
What a field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street, singing songs and carrying signs. Mostly sing hooray for our side. It's time we
Stop. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Paranoia strikes deep. Into your life it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, and they come and take you away.
Stop. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Intro to the theme. This month, our theme is Milkshake Duck. What does that mean? Milkshake Duck was a meme phenomenon that shed light on the idea that things are great until they're not, or things aren't always what they seem. And we'll have an example up on screen, just, for the visual effect. This idea has led us to explore the ideas of cancel culture and what it means for us today as we live in an ever-connected world that is, at the same time, distanced through social media. We decided to chat about this theme this month because we see the world is ever-changing and social media a big part of that change. In everyday life, we can see examples of cancel culture, from Trump and TikTok to Beyonce and Twitter. At the end of the day, we hope that you walk away with an idea of what cancel culture is, how it affects us, and how going forward you can be someone who advocates for patience and understanding when up against the force that is cancel culture. We now, more than ever, live in a world where knowledge is at our fingertips. Through the internet, as just one example, we have knowledge from across the world and across time. And knowledge is power. That being said, power can be abused. In this era of knowledge, we have a responsibility to use that knowledge in a way that betters ourselves and betters the lives of those around us. With all that said, how do we come to understand what we read online? How do we know what to think or believe if we're not sure what's true, what's been made up? What is to stop us from forming really strong opinions based in things that we may not completely comprehend, that are based on facts that may not necessarily be true? The internet can be an incredible place for learning. It also can be a place for drama and discourse. This is the basis of cancel culture. Cancel culture, to put it very simply, is the act of an individual or group of people attacking others over differences of opinions. And while it's usually based in wanting to do good, these attacks often end up in people being canceled, deleting their social media due to constant belligerence that they face online. And that's really only the surface of what cancel culture is capable of doing. And cancel culture is so often fueled by misinformation, a horde mentality. So when we form these really radicalized opinions, sometimes based on lies, they gain a snowball effect, ramping up as people jump on the bandwagon. And we bump up against these people that we don't necessarily agree with, and it can cause a lot of drama. Twitter is an excellent example of how cancel culture spreads fast. It's so easy to condemn the thoughts and actions of others in less than 100 words, one tweet. And the thing is that we never actually get to know that person. We never have any real dialogue. We never truly come to understand each other. And cancel culture hurts. It can close businesses. It can break families. Its effects are real and often not justified. In discussing cancel culture, what we hope you'll take away is that there's a strong difference between cancel culture and advocating for things that you believe in. In understanding how to sift through the incredible expanse of knowledge available to us, we need to see in color rather than black and white, and put in the effort to form valid opinions based on fact and go from there. It's only through dialogue that we come to understand each other's differences. And for dialogue to stand any chance, we need to embrace a humble attitude and accept that we may not be right, others might not be right, but to approach those differences with compassion and love rather than hostility and judgment. All right, guys, we're going to hear from our community in this video that Leanne put together. Take it away.
Cool, I'll start. I'm Cassandra Edwards. I'm the Family Events Coordinator at Deer Park United Church.
Hi, I'm Anita Edwards. I'm Cassandra's mom and Jonah's grandmother.
And I'm Jonah, her grandson, and her son.
Do companies are removing some of the things that are considered offensive now that weren't at the time they were created. Things like Disney movies that have been pulled from the younger profiles, Aristocats, Peter Pan,
Lady and the Tramp,
and the Dr. Seuss books that got banned.
and Mr. Potato Head.
You know, I was upset when I heard that some of my favorite movies were being pulled from Disney. I was sad, but knowing that they put them on the adult profile so we can still expose our children to them if we want to, I think was a really good compromise.
I was surprised about Peter Pan.
I was surprised with the Risk
I was not surprised about Peter Pan.
But then I watched it and it made sense. My other grandmother, like we've had fights about it because she doesn't get it.
But other than that, I don't think it really has affected my relationships. I mean, like Jonah said, some tension with my mother-in-law, but I don't think it really affects my friendships at all. All my people are pretty liberal. So, I mean, we're all on board with it. Hits me real hard.
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling. You know, as a lesbian woman, LGBTQ rights are a big deal to me. And J.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter, was like my favorite person. She was so for them. And then she put out like this very transphobic tweet. And then she put out a statement following that, supporting her decision to be that transphobic. And now I can't buy any Harry Potter merch. Oh, I can't watch the movies anymore. Like the whole franchise is just ruined for me, which is so unfortunate because there were so many great things about Harry Potter and I loved it. I was like very into Harry Potter, and now it like hurts me when I see it in the stores and stuff because I can't support her as an artist if she can't support the rights of a person to be a person.
I've never really known her as a person. I keep Harry Potter separate.
So Jonah still very much enjoys the whole franchise. I know Shannon, my wife, was like, I don't want to buy anything else from her.
I don't watch enough social media. I hadn't heard these things.
You kind of live under a rock.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of it doesn't totally make sense.
Okay.
The Disney ones, for example, do. But the Mr. Potato Head, that one just...
Yeah, I mean, there is a concern that it gets to be a little too much. Like, where do we draw the line on cancel culture?
to the point where you just can't say or do anything.
Absolutely.
Well, I was thinking about that the other day, and I was thinking that maybe some of it is a bit overboard, but that's from my view. Looking at a black person or a native, or maybe they see it differently, and saying every little thing just keeps adding up.
I mean, I think part of it, when it goes to books specifically, when you ban a book, you know, there's a certain connotation that goes with that of, you know, where do you draw the line on banning books? When does it start becoming propaganda culture? Moving them out of a child section into a grown-up section is a different move, like what Disney did. And I don't think that's the worst idea, but making it so it's unaccessible is like trying to wipe away the mistakes we made, and they're part of our culture, and if we wipe those things away, how do we know when we're repeating our mistakes?
Well, I think it's a good idea that they still have it in the adult side. So.
Because I feel like you should be like brought aware to it, not just sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, making it a conversation versus hiding it under the rug. It shouldn't go away. We should remember the mistakes we made and learn from them. Have a conversation about them.
Faith is a journey. Growing up in the United Church, I never really felt like there was a cookie-cutter way to experience God or faith or spirituality. But I believe that everybody's faith journey is different. This is interesting, as we are all one community brought together through the church, but our experiences are so vastly different. And it's those differences that make it so special. In accepting our differences, we come to understand each other. And understanding is achieved through humility. It takes humility to learn anything. We are all teachers, and we are all students. And we're all capable of learning from one another. And that capability is born from tolerance, acceptance, and love. All things that Jesus stood for. And at the same time, all things cancel culture would have us sacrifice. We should be able to offer opportunities for learning and grace to support those who need it most. In doing this, we create our own culture, a culture of love, acceptance, understanding. And that's beautiful. All right, guys, we are going to hear from our community one more time for tonight. Take it away.
Hi, this is Brenna and Heather Campbell talking about cancel culture. So the first question is, how would you explain cancel culture? So I would explain cancel culture as a culture through which people react to opinions or actions with trying to cut a person out of society.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
The next question is, how do you think it affects your friendships on a regular basis?
For me, I don't think it necessarily affects my friendships on a regular basis, because I've had my friends for long enough that we're kind of on the same page with a lot of things.
And I would say it doesn't affect me either, because I just have a few very close friends that, again, I also see eye to eye too on a lot of issues. So I think it's just not something that I worry about. Okay, so the next question, what behaviors or opinions would make you stop supporting an actor or celebrity, and is the line different for someone you know personally?
I don't necessarily think the line is different, but I think the assumption of when you're over the line might be different. So, for example, behaviors and opinions would be, racist, sexist, and homophobic kinds of actions and ideas would lead to lack of support, but in someone I know personally, there's more opportunity for conversation.
I would agree with that. So what are your concerns, if any, about cancel culture? A big concern for me is that it's very knee-jerk. There's no room, especially for celebrities and online personalities. Cancel culture doesn't give time for those people to explain themselves, if there is a reasonable explanation, which I think in some cases there are, whether it be misunderstanding or having your words misread or misinterpreted by other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's the typicity of
What I see in cancel culture is, you said something I don't like, you're gone.
Yeah.
Blocking you on everything. I'm telling all my friends to block you because you said this one thing. When in the past, maybe you said that one thing. Yeah, but definitely the knee-jerk and how extreme those knee-jerk reactions are. Okay.
We will now have a prayer from Joanne Anquist from McDougall United Church.
God, in whom all the diversity of humanity is found, we are grateful that your love reaches to the depths of our souls. Your grace is big enough to cover us no matter how we've messed up. And when we're in tune with you, things make sense. You call us to be honest and authentic. You travel with us on the road to becoming our best selves. But sometimes we don't give the same grace to others. We judge and dismiss them for mistakes they've made or their political positions, or just because they aren't as socially as aware as we think they should be. And at other times we feel the burden of expectations and try to fit in by just agreeing with the latest ideas or adopting the coolest trends. We lose perspective of the people and the nuance and choose the easy answer instead. Remind us that we are beloved children of God, that all of humanity has the spark of creation within them, that there is beauty in each individual. But we also struggle with who we are and our purpose in the world, and sometimes that's tough. Even if we sometimes feel broken, like we've lost our bearings, you promise you will never leave us. You call us back to the way of love. May we walk with Jesus, who knew how to speak truth to power, but always had compassion for the ones just trying to make it through.
Thanks very much, Joanne. This month, we aim to discuss the ideas of cancel culture, what it means to us, and how to respond to it in a way that nurtures love and understanding. We hope, going forward, that all of us are able to lead and be examples of how we can disagree with one another, but meet that with compassion and a striving to understand those around us. A big thank you to Brenda for all her work behind the scenes, Leanne for making the community video, a big thank you to Joanne for doing the prayer this month, to all the band for putting in the hard work and getting the music done. A big thank you for everyone who participated in the community videos, and a big thank you to you for coming and joining us in this format. We're all really excited that you're here. For anyone who is still wondering, Naked Faith is not over. After the video, we'll be over on the Naked Faith Instagram, having a chat, talking about the theme, and just having a really good time. And that'll be taking place right after the service. So again, a big thanks to everybody for joining. A big thanks to everyone who helped make Naked Faith possible this month. And I guess we'll leave it with one last song from the Naked Faith Band. Thanks, everybody.
Don't write yourself off yet. It's only in your head you feel left out or looked down on. Just try your best, try everything you can, and don't you worry what they tell themselves when you're away.
Okay. Cut this bit. Cut this bit.